So this is the story of the 2016 Chevy Colorado 2.8 liter Duramax diesel build. We decided we were going to do a build for SEMA, and I said, hey, why not do a moderate pre-runner build? So I took it to our friends over at SMP in Burbank, California, and tore it down with about 14 miles on it. So basically, on and off the trailers, that's about as far as the life was for this bad boy at the time. Steven and the guys over there quickly got to work and outfitted this thing with some cool upgrades, full roll cage, LSK long travel suspension. We did Line X on the interior, Beard racing seats with harnesses, and we did a spring under Atlas setup in the rear. Basically, with 14 miles, this truck completely got ripped and torn apart, cut apart, and I guess, you know, as you can see, modified to the hill. Basically, some of the cool features were the American Force wheels. Those were true forged 17-inch beadlock wheels from American Force. They were very aggressive. This thing sat super wide. I believe the stance was about 97 or 98 inches wide. We actually had to go out and buy a custom trailer to even carry this thing around. As you can see here, you can see the twin turbo kit from SDP on the 2.8 liter Duramax. We did that real quick just to get it to SEMA. Drove it to SEMA with little to no, warnings or anything like that. Pictured here is at SEMA, one of the cool shots we got taken. After SEMA, we decided to play a little bit. We maybe got 5 to 7, burnouts and donuts out of it before we had catastrophic failure. One of the funny things about it was it rolled coal pretty hard when that boost tube popped off, as you can see here. It was one of the times that the boost tube came off, and we decided, hey, let's just get a quick video of this thing rolling coal. Do it for the gram type of thing, So, again, we did a couple donuts, we did a couple burnouts, but guys, I would highly recommend not even thinking about doing anything to your Colorado tunes, twin turbos, horsepower upgrades in general without building the internals. The rods are very weak on these bad boys, and there's a lot of people, stock and modified, that have had catastrophic failure. Before the engine popped, we decided, hey, let's take this thing out and match our dually that we built at the time, which was a 3500 Chevy also, and we basically wanted them to be a pair. And so we took it to Daily Visual, and he knocked it out for us. Pictured here is it's sitting at Direct Offroad in Bakersfield, where we did some filming for SEMA Battle of the Builders and the Velocity TV channel. They did a pretty cool little segment on us and the Battle of the Builders because we made it in the top 40 in year number 2 of the Battle of the Builders. They showed some of the cool features like the cameras in the headlights and taillights, the long travel suspension, the American Force wheels, the General Grabber X3 tires, the Mcneil fiberglass fenders and bedsides, the roll cage, the interior, the Beard seats, the off-road LED bars, a bunch of the upgrades that we had outfitted this thing with. So they did a pretty cool little walk around in a segment on it, but unfortunately, shortly after this video, we had catastrophic engine failure and had no knock, no warning, no shake, no rattle, no leaks, no nothing. I was going 20 miles an hour downhill, about 2,800 RPMs or so, and we had a loud noise. I literally thought a grenade exploded under my truck. I look in my rearview mirrors, and I see my rods and internals just completely rolling down the road behind me, or I was going down the road, so up the street behind me. Coasted down in my driveway. Here it is on the trailer. We decided we were going to take it to the guys over at Desert Lab, and we were going to do a full rebuild. So I couldn't let this thing sit in the driveway collecting dust with as much money as I've already spent on it. So we decided we were going to do a rebuild. Fabworks took care of all the bead rolled aluminum work, while Desert Lab, Izzy, and them decided they were going to do an LS swap. We ordered a 6.2 LS3 and a Magnuson supercharger 2.9 liter. And we did injectors, cam, full custom TIG welded headers. And then we decided we were going to do a short course 4-link in the rear. Izzy said, you know what, let's just go for it. We went for broke. We took away the leaf springs, and we went and gusseted the frame, reinforced everything, beefed up the rear end, and we swapped out the triple bypass shocks for the IBP coilovers, adjustable compression. We did a new trans to combo that because the old trans just wasn't going to cut it. Curry sway bar custom kit from Izzy. He just kind of fabricated that going through the frame channels there. We have the trans coolers, we have the Borla True Dual exhaust system, all custom TIG welded. The Fabworks tin work got done inside there. Kind of was a cool feature with the headliner. And we did sun visors, basically keep that sun out of your eyes. And then we kind of decided, hey, let's make this thing Lightning McQueen. My son, he is 5 years old now. At the time, he decided he wanted Lightning McQueen truck. And we decided to make that happen. So we took it to Daily Visual, and we got this thing wrapped up as Lightning McQueen, and we took it to the shows and events, and it was a real big hit. The kids loved it. Parents loved it. It was pretty cool. It went viral a few times. A lot of places reposted us and shared our build. It was one of the cool things about the truck. It was just something you don't see every day, something that was fast and loud and Lightning McQueen. So basically, this is our version of the Baja Lightning McQueen truck. We actually took this thing to a lot of charity events, a lot of shows, all over California, even Vegas. And yes, we did get this thing airborne. After the 2 years of being down, we decided we were going to actually take this thing and put it through its paces and see what happened. So for the first time, we had liftoff. I basically took it off-road, said, hey, I'm going to go for broke here. I'm going to launch this bad boy a few times and see what happens. The feeling, I cannot describe how awesome it was to get this thing airborne. Just kind of put your stomach in your chest and your chest into your throat and then back down. It was smooth as butter. This thing performed wonderfully off-road. It actually did better than it did on the street. I don't know if that's to do with its natural habitat wanting to be dirt, but it ended up pretty great. As you can see, her stretching her legs. We're strapped at about 20 to 22 inches of travel in the rear and 20 in the front with the Lsk suspension. There you can see with the dress plates installed, royalty core grill that we designed. S&P did the skid plate and light bar mounts. We had a good friend, Daniel Manning, do us some engraving, and we had an artist draw up a Lightning McQueen depiction of our Baja truck. From there, we decided, hey, we're going to swap this thing again because we want this thing to look like it sounds, and basically we wanted the reaction to be fitting. So we decided we were going to design a custom wrap. We wanted to mix bomber theme with the Hoonigan, mixed with a little bit of America. So Ultra sent us a new set of 17-inch forged beadlock wheels. General Grabber hooked us up with the X3 tires. And we went to Daily Visual again for the third wrap on this bad boy within two short years.
Here at Evil in La Habra.
Then we decided, hey, we kind of want to change some stuff up again. So we took it over to Evil Manufacturing in La Habra, and we decided we were going to throw some KC lights on there on the bumper and above the windshield on the windshield mount. And we decided we were going to just do a whole new bumper. I wanted a pre-runner look with the Valance, as well as a bigger skid plate to cover up the large radiator for the LS. We got the dual cooling fans, CBR radiator, just completely custom, and it was huge. Obviously, it stuck out like a sore thumb, and if I nosedive when I jump, I wanted to be protected. So we took it to Evil, and Doug hooked it up with the pretty awesome bumper in the short time. As you can see, it's heavily braced here. Skid plate is very, very durable. One of the largest skid plates he said he's ever done. We have the Offroad Valance, and the second day after we picked this thing up, we went and got it cleaned up, and we decided we were going to go to Pismo Car Show. The Classic at Pismo Beach kind of tossed us an invite, told us to come out and set up a booth, so we wanted to look fresh. My Duramax also matches this Colorado, and it's the Tow Pig. They're kind of a package deal. So we decided to load everything up, clean everything up, and head out to Pismo. Here you see the Duramax also has the same wrap. The Tow Pig pulling the pre-runner Colorado. This is right before we got things washed and headed out, loaded up, ready to rock and roll. When we got there, we got cleaned up, did another refresh, wipe down, and set up the booth for the show. It was a huge success. We want to thank all the people who enjoyed the booth and the builds and all the gear we brought out. Had a lot of response on the vehicles. Everybody was drooling over the Colorado, and they couldn't believe that that sound was coming from the Colorado when we started it up. Everybody's kind of blown away with the I guess, quote unquote, smaller truck sounding pretty much like a race car. When we started that thing up, everybody kind of took a step back and said, is that coming from there? What's in that thing? And, we let everybody know. Again, we had the 6.2 LS3 supercharged with a bunch of motor work in it. And everybody pretty much enjoyed it. We had a lot of fans come out, kids sitting in the vehicle, wanted to check it out, sit in the driver's seat. We had a ton of good positive feedback on the build. A lot of people took pictures with it, posted on social media. Overall, I would say it was a pretty good success. Everybody liked the new look with the KC lights and the upgraded bumper and light mount above the windshield. And now here we're going to do just a brief walk around of the build as it sat at the show. So just a couple of the features, interior, exterior, things like that. So you guys could check it out for yourself. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I appreciate you guys checking out the story of the build. I know it was a long, drawn-out deal here, 14-minute video, but if you stuck with us, I appreciate it. If you could, head over to our YouTube, give us a follow, Truck Guru. We've got a lot of cool content coming your way, a lot of giveaways, discount codes, things like that. It's going to be thrown up in our videos shortly. Stay tuned for all that. Promise you do not want to miss some of the cool stuff we're going to be giving away. Cash prizes, products and accessories, gear, just a bunch of odds and ends, guys. So Heatwave glasses, Rockwell watches, coolers, money, hats, t-shirts, an actual physical product. I can't really get into it right now, but I promise it's something you guys don't want to miss. We appreciate, again, you guys following us and checking out the build. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop a line in the comment section and let us know what you think. I know it's kind of a weird thing to ask questions, but as we like to say, there's no wrong questions. Nothing's dumb, nothing's stupid. Ask away, guys. I know it's been a hell of a build from start to finish, but I'm very, very proud and happy with the way it's turned out. I look forward to more cool content and videos in the future. And yeah, so let's get this bad boy out in the desert and let's get some new drone footage of this thing looking like this with the lights and all the good stuff we've added. Also, want to take a quick minute to shout out some of our partners on the build. Of course, KC Hilites, General Grabber, Ultra, Beard, Mcneil, King, MV, and just everybody else. Izzy, Chevrolet Performance, Magnuson, HP Tuners, RKL, Rksport, just everybody who had a hand in this build from start to finish. A lot went into this build over the last few years. As you can tell, it's not just your normal Colorado. What started off as a Colorado quickly spiraled out of control, and now we have a pretty much full-blown pre-runner build here, fully capable of anything you want to toss at it. Off-road and on-road, you can daily drive this thing, or you could take it out and beat it up. But either way, we're happy with the finished product, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, any questions, drop them in the comment section. Thanks, guys.